Here we are, MMTs. Time 11:34 a.m. Holiday. Very nice. Merry Christmas to everyone. Today's date 12/18/2010, Saturday. Pacific Standard Time is 11:34 a.m. Again. What I am going to do is I'm going to go into the brain MMTs and I'm going to populate the pricing lines, which we've done. What we're going to talk about here is the Dow. And why has the Dow been selling into its highs? Last time we got over here, once again, this is a daily Dow Jones chart. You can see that in November down here, at the end of November, you can see where we started to get this daily breakout action. And I'm going to populate it right here. Watch, look at the gauges going. It's populating itself. Let's pull up the hood MMTs. Oh, look at that IR line go. See that thing go? So, let's pull that up a little bit. There we go. That's fair. MMTs. What we are going to be looking at on the daily is the price breakouts in the SMF pricing action zones that the platform provides, the MMTs. So I'm going to take a look here and see what movements are going to be inside of the platform. What I want to tell everybody is about how the daily movement has actually been when we broke out right here above half of this price action bar. So it started here. Started here. This is the part that we want to focus on. And we want to take this right up to the top. Right here. And we just want this part of it. Okay? So we start right here. And I'm going to go under the hood and see if it'll populate it. Yes, on 11/16, that was 11.086, where half of that buy action was coming in. On 12/2, right here, half of that bar was 11.314. That meant that it closed 220.74 right here, MMTs, above the previous half bar. That is what we call the SMF MMT bull run. Right here. Not only that, this daily bar right here tells you 11.371.18 in the info panel. It factors it all in. It held half of this bar right here. That daily wick came down, bam! Here's half of the bar right there. That was on 12/2, 11.314. And then it bounced like a rocket up to 11.353. Then we held right in here, but we still held half of this bar. That was the most important daily bar, MMTs, and that price action came in our platform. It was all very clear and evident at that time. And a half delta is 46.77 per line movement. So that means that each one of these lines here, MMTs, are exactly 46.77 movement in the actual Dow per line. And it's right accurate, right to the money. So basically what I want the MMTs to focus on again is the month of December, we have been selling into the multi-highs. Let me show you. Right here, as you see, there was we went up, and each one of these lines are exactly what I said, MMTs. They're 46.77 per daily line. Price action, 46.77. And we sold off, but notice how this half bar here, MMTs, this was on 12/3, and the half bar, this bar held it. 11.471. We advanced from the previous one, which was 11.351. Now that we've gotten up to the topping process up here again, you'll notice that MMTs, this bar right here, of 4 days is the key bar. The key bar is right here. You hear me? This is the key bar. The key bar right now is 11,482. That's a half bar. Notice that the Dow closes right here at 11,491. You can see where it's been bouncing on this daily chart right down here. It's trying to maintain a closing price above 11,471 right now, MMTs. So you can see the buy action wicking up in price. That means leveraging up in the price above your 11,471. That's this half bar. MMT, price action. In the top end, what we're going to be looking for is on the long side that we break above this top, this daily top, and we don't look back and we break out on a really huge volume spike starting out on Monday. The futures market is going to determine what happens over the week and if that's going to happen. That's for the breakout side. Once that happens, certain equities and other markets are going to be strong, and that we're going to look for broad-based buying. For 10 days, they've been selling the move. And in the next video, I'm going to do lots of things on individual equities as far as money flow and what we call large cross trades at the closing bell. And basically, MMTs, those are institutional platforms that have different levels that make these big transactions, and there's a whole thing that goes on there, but it's important for you to know just to see where the public really is. And institutional people are still just as public as anyone else. Just the zeros on the end of the dollars are bigger. That's all. Engagement in the market is an engagement. What we're going to be looking for is if I break below half of this bar right here, I finally got a dot. So I already know that the full length of the bar, of the closing bar, was 477, but I also know that down here in the platform below the market is also 11,468 at a price action support. So we close at 11,491, which is good, because the body is up here of the price action MMTs. As far as we're concerned, there's going to be light volume next week and the week after going into the new year. Merry Christmas to everyone who's watching the Dow MMTs, and to the public as well if you see the video out of just by accident. So the video is designed for Saturday training that's going on for the MMTs, so that they know which directional movement to go using the daily Dow chart in the SMF market maker platform, which is this right here. And it's quite different than a public platform, naturally. It's not the same. It's a market maker operation. Basically, breakdowns, if I close below half of the bar daily, I'm going to start taking shorts. Every time I come up and hit resistance MMTs and it doesn't break above it and consolidate it, I continue to add to the short. Vice versa. On the long side, if I break up, I pull back and I hold a higher teeny price action line, delta line, and I hold that in price. I add to my position and let it break up. When it pulls back, I would add to it for the long side. So there's different ways to add to the long side, and there's different ways to add to the short side of the market, depending on what level we're going to print. Ascending above in our trading platform, we're buyers. Descending below, we're short sellers. So that's what the Dow is all about right now. And it's been selling off in the month of December. Now the triple witch is out of the way. We're going to start out Monday, going into the holiday week. Sometimes they will walk the market up on light volume, and you'll break up and put in these big highs. Or MMTs, on the other hand, if they slide the bid, then it's time to get net short. And that's what we're talking about. And everything is going to be based on this pro action bar right here. This bar right here, MMTs, half of this bar right here from the top all the way down, that bar or that movement was 85.14 that day. And this daily bar was 85 points. That's what this number down here is about. It tells you what each daily bar was. That one was $93, $73, $85. It does all the calculations for you into its SMF, market maker price action movement, and Dow, long or short, based on this bar right here. That's 11,468. That bar there is 11,471. That was on 12/14. The date was 12/14 there. And this date right here at half bar is 12/16. And half bar here is 11,468. And a consolidation above it. The higher that we consolidate, we need to see the movement break higher. On a daily level, we would be looking at a delta would be 46. So if we had a 2 delta movement, like almost 100 points on the Dow that day, that's 2 of these lines up at 46.77, then the market would be in a breakout on the Dow. And same thing over here. If we go down the opposite way below half of the bar and we start to see that bid slide, then we know that you're shorting the market and buying puts. That's all there is to it during that time frame. Triple which is out of the way. That means we're going to see if that big money loves those tax cuts and want to come in and buy these markets. I've just given the MMTs the actual momentum, directional momentum breakout or directional momentum sell short market. Okay, works both ways, and this is that top that I just pointed out to you. Okay, and once again, I'll just do a recap right here of where we had broke out down at these levels, where we took out these tops. This is what a reversal is. That's what we would look for up here. We would look for the very same thing that happened here, and that's how we will transact the tape. If we break out, on the other hand, it will be an ascending, and we're looking for the breakout bar to be big like this on a daily. Either at least this size right here. That's what we're going to be looking for above the market. Below the market, we're going to be looking at how the reversals start in your platform, and you'll take those trades, and that means the broader market and equities would still sell off, and it's done it for 10 days, but the triple which is out of the way. That's the Dow daily for the SMF MMTs. This is a topping pattern, and it needs to start with one of these daily buy bars. Okay, one of these would be fine. Or the bull would like this one here. If it starts off in a bear move, then we know to start taking positions right away.